And welcome back to the Complete Idiot's Guide to Stationeers with 54 Bear, the Complete Idiot. Right, we're back on the moon base. Our greenhouse has had a little bit of expansion. We've got rid of the portable hydroponics and replaced it with a bunch of hydroponic trays or planters, and we've got a whole bunch of crops going. They're going fairly successfully. Would like to expand it a little more, just with another row or two, and get a few more crops going. This heating system, the cooling system that I was trying to work on, well, I did work on it, but it was a spectacular failure. It kept breaking because I have some fundamental misunderstanding of how phase change works, and whilst I was dealing with the liquid I didn't allocate enough brain power to wonder what would happen when things froze solid, which is what happened. The pipes burst, and that lump of yellow snow you see there is some frozen pollutants. One thing to note is when you have a pipe that goes through a wall, I'll show you what I mean. So you have a pipe that bisects a wall like that. If that pipe section breaks as part of a network, it then creates a hole from this room to the outside. Not a good idea, as I found, because it was always breaking my greenhouse and venting everything. Not exactly an optimal solution. So anyway, those are the changes. The main thing is this passive system of cooling the base works fine in the early stages. You get your water tank in here, put a couple of radiators on here, then the water you add will act as a cooling agent for the room. It takes a long time, so it's not going to get it down from 100 degrees in a hurry, but if you make moderate use of the battery powered air conditioner, you can get the temperatures down to an acceptable operating range, and the thermal stability of a large or relatively large amount of water will mitigate any heat loss. By the time this kind of thing is insufficient, you've probably got a much bigger greenhouse, you've got a lot more automation in process, and you're going to be using either air conditioners set up properly, or you'd go with a phase changed based cooling system. Mick over at Cows Are Evil has done some amazing stuff. I'm particularly stupid because I don't really understand everything. I just need to watch it another couple of dozen times and I'm sure I'll be fine. Right, food I could do with something. Got a bit of a baked potato, and I can't eat anything because my helmet is closed, because we're on the normal difficulty level. Oh, potato gone, and that only got me to 54%. Okay, 3 corn. Right, let's get 2 of them. Plant 1 back. I will add 1 corn to this. Close power. Put that down. And you think, oh, lovely, I'm going to get some corn soup. Nope, you get corn on the cob. This does not generate much in the way of health. Corn is not an efficient way of surviving. You can do it, but corn takes a lot longer to grow than the other crops, and it doesn't give as much food. However, if they introduce vodka or something like that, I'm sure you can use corn to make ethanol and have the party start. Okay, now in here you may notice, let me just wrong way around, close then lock. I've replaced the cartridge for the airlock control to the advanced one, This works a lot faster. The drawback is you do have to specify, or you do have to add an external vent even though one's not needed. But the benefit is I don't have to click the cancel pressurize anymore. As soon as it finishes, everything goes out and we're done. That's because when you've got the disc in here, it does allow you to specify the internal and external pressures that are needed before the door opens. So I've just got it set to 0 and 10. What's in this one? I think that is pollutant. Oh, interestingly, I'm getting some liquid in there because it's, you know, that pressure, I guess, and with that pressure and temperature, some of it converts to liquid. Interesting. Oh, well, I'll leave it there. Maybe it'll blow up. Okay, I've also got the tier 2 printers going. Not really certain what advantages it gives you on the autolathe. This is usually one of the last ones that I will upgrade with the tier 2s. The first is obviously the electronics printer. You have to do that one first. Then I'll usually do the tool maker, so I get the heavy mining drill, which I've also got. Yeah, it doesn't immediately jump out to me what extras you what extras you get. But I have printed up the heavy tool. Actually, no, I haven't. I printed up the pneumatic version, which I think I showed you last time, actually. Yeah. Alright, we'll just put that there. What I should do is print up the heavy mining drill, because that is something I thought I'd already done. So I need electrum, invar and solder. There's my electrum. There's invar and solder. Alright, just one of those. The heavy mining drill is significantly faster than the other one, so well worth doing. Power critical, really? Okay. Should really be carrying a spare around. Okay, we'll swap those over, and this can get relegated to there. Get rid of these old cartridges. That'll keep me going for a while. Got plenty of air. Getting to the point where I'd like to expand these solars. You can see the main base battery is fairly low. It's getting enough juice. We're getting by, but ideally I'd like to get some more. I would like to tackle this cooling system, but the only way I can see it working as a self-regulated system is with a fair bit of automation thrown in. Which means getting into heavy chip usage or IC coding. My intention with this little mini series was really just to show how to get a base started, not how to play the entire game. Everything on this base is really manual. The furnace is manual, all the controls for it are manual, the filtration systems are turned on and off on a manual basis. See, do I have any more ice to melt? No, I don't. Yeah, so pretty much everything is manual. I've got an atmospheric analyzer connected to this pipe, This pipe network goes up. It also takes input from the ice crusher. That will be nitrogen when you create the water ice, and it goes into that passive vent inside the greenhouse. So that means that this is directly monitoring the gases and temperatures and pressures and stuff inside the grow room. So I can see I've got 65% oxygen, 2% nitrogen, and 34% carbon dioxide. Total pressure is almost 66 kilopascals. That's fine. I mean, you can maintain that as a viable grow room for a considerable period of time. This is now taken over as the main supply for my breathing gas. I've got it set to 1500. It's only 9600 in there. So if I turn this on, it will start pulling oxygen from the grow room, and the oxygen percentage will go down and the pressure will drop. So I turn it on for a bit, and ideally you'd have logic that would read either this analyzer or gas sensor. I think I have one over there connected to these ones. Either one, they'd both be reading the same data, and you'd use the logic inputs from here to control whether this and or this is the nitrogen one, whether these filtrations were turned on or off, and have it automated. But as I said, everything in here is really firmly in the realms of a starting manual base. Yeah, I'll shut that off for now. This one, yeah, I think we've got most of the nitrogen out of there. The reason for capturing the nitrogen is just for the jetpack. You'll also note I've printed up the higher capacity gas bottles. That's just so I don't have to breathe quite as often, and I'll also put one in, or I'll make some to go in here, which I'll use for the pneumatic mining drill. So that's going to be a bit of an experiment to see how that works, but to be honest, most of the time I expect I'll just be using the heavy drill. I'd also like to get this permanent beacon relocated to a higher place. Let's see if I can show you. It's not actually showing up at the moment, but when you go far away from the base, that little yellow light on that you see above the beacon, that shows up for a long distance. I mean, I've been over 300 meters away from the base at night, and you can still see that. So now that power is not so much of an issue, I have this on, it's on all the time, and I plan on putting a little elevated tower up to get it higher up in the air. Probably at the end of where the solar panel run ends. So I'll fill this up, maybe add one or two at the end, get up to either 10 or a dozen solar panels, and that'll be more than enough that we'll need. Okay, and right now I do need to go mining. I'm fully aware of the fact that watching somebody mine in Stationeers is not the most enjoyable content, so I'm going to cut this one short. I will come back in the next one with having done the mining, and we'll finish up the early starter base. I'm not going to go through with this game save for much longer. There may just be one more after this to finish it up, and then we'll try getting started on either Mars or Europa or somewhere else where the challenges are a little different, and in some cases a little more involved. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Have fun.